is a passion. That is something that most of us don't know because we haven't been taught what is a passion. It is everything that you really feel enthusiastic to talk about or to do. It could be an activity, an idea, anything. It could be a sport. It could be a sport. It could be a movement like, for example, feminism or ambientalism or animalism because, let's face it, there is a movement for everything these days. It could be someone that you feel like your role model because, well, it's someone that you really appreciate and are proud of. It could be like Steve Jobs or Frida Kahlo or even any singer that you really don't really know in personal life or that no one knows about, but that you feel connected to that person. It's something that you love, that makes you feel a towering desire towards. It could also be a religion, or the lack of a religion, for God's sake. It could be anything. Problem is, nowadays, in the middle of the 21st century, there is a lot of people that don't really have a passion. They don't really care about anything. Nothing is important or essential for their life. And how are you living like this? Because a passion is something that gives your life a meaning. Without a meaning in your life, how are you living? Well, it's important to have passions. I am a clear example of someone whose passions changed her whole life. I first started painting and sketching and drawing stuff when I was 11 years old, and I found out that I was not really bad at it. I was actually good. Not that good, but I think as myself as someone who is good at art. And I like to be described as someone creative and good at art because that is something that makes me me. Art has changed the whole perspective I had on life because it gave my life a meaning. I will just imagine contouring trees with my eyes, and that is something that makes me feel so many emotions. That is something that I want you to experiment. Passions. Well, the second time that I found out that I had a passion, that is something I made, and probably you won't think that is too much of a thing, but I feel proud of that drawing. And it's one of the first drawings that I actually feel proud of because as an artist, many of us are judgmental with our work. The second time that I found out that I had a passion was when I first started taekwondo lessons. And yes, I go to taekwondo class. Well, I started it out of curiosity because I wanted to prove myself that I could be strong physically and mentally. And I have been attending taekwondo for a year now. This is me in my change of belt. And you probably won't think that is much of a thing because I'm a white and yellow belt. But I could be a white and yellow belt or a blue belt or a black belt with a fourth dan that you probably won't know what is a dan, so look it up, please. And it doesn't matter because that is something that I feel proud of. And I have been congratulated before because I am good at what I do. And that is something that makes me myself. That is something that made me develop as a person with a different personality. And that is something that every one of us should have. Not only because of that, because it makes you express yourself in ways that you didn't know it was possible, but also because it creates communication. Well, how do we start small talk? Because we say things about us that describe our whole personality, that is essential for us, and that is what passions could be about. You could just talk and talk and talk for hours about what you really like, and that is something that is important for conversation. It makes you connect to people, even if someone doesn't really care or do taekwondo just as me. But when I talk about taekwondo or about art, people listen to me because I feel enthusiastic about it. Because all that enthusiasm I transmit it to people, and that is something important for you. So people, I challenge you to get out of your comfort zone and try to find your passion, because that is something that each one of us should have. We should not be plain human beings that really don't care about anything and that they don't achieve things because they're afraid to get out of their comfort zone. We should be people that go out there and find their passions. Thank you very much.